Hi there. In this lesson, you are going to learn about the different properties of straight lines. In this section, you are going to learn how to define a coordinate geometry, formulas related to the coordinate geometry, and how to find the slope of a line. So let's begin. Coordinate geometry. In order to explain the coordinate geometry, what I'm going to do, I'm going to consider my x and y axis. So this is my positive part of the x-axis. This is negative part. So this is x dash. This is y. And this is y dash. So basically, as you can see, both x and y axes, they are dividing the plane in four parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is also called as quadrant. So this is my first quadrant. This is the second quadrant. This is the third quadrant. And this is the fourth quadrant. If you look closely, you can definitely see that the value of x is positive on this side and negative on this side. Value of y is positive over the x-axis and negative below the x-axis. So we can definitely say that x and y both are positive in the first quadrant, x is negative and y is positive in the second quadrant, x and y both are negative in the third quadrant, and x is positive and y is negative in the fourth quadrant. Now let's try to understand how we can graph a point on the coordinate geometry plane. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to consider a graph. So this is my graph and I'm going to consider a point on the first quadrant. So my point P is 4, 3. What I'm going to do, I'm going to graph this point 4, 3 over here on the graph. So as you can see, x is 4 and y is 3. So I will go 1, 2, 3, 4 and then 1, 2, 3. And this is the point which is basically P, 4, 3. Now let's consider a point for the second quadrant. So my point is Q, negative 5, 6. So as you can see, my x is negative 5 and y is 6. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to consider x first. So I will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I will consider y, and y is positive. So I will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is my point, which is point Q. Now let's consider a point on the third quadrant, which is basically r is equal to negative 4, negative 3. So I will consider 4 negative. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then y is negative 3, I will go down 1, 2, 3. And this is my point R. Let's consider a point for the fourth quadrant. And the point is S, 6, negative 7. As you can see, x is positive and y is negative. So I'm going along the positive x-axis, which is basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And y is negative 7. So I will go down, which is basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is my point S, 6, negative 7. And this is how we will graph any point on the coordinate plane.